and welcome to GF Square, Gluten-Free Girlfriends with Jen and Ashley, all a part of glutenfreerichmond.com.
Cheers and happy Thanksgiving.
Yay!
From us, Jen and Ashley, and thank you for coming back. We promised a big Thanksgiving spread.
We did, yeah, and we've actually made a few traditional Thanksgiving recipes before. Jen made this great mac and cheese. We shared that recipe with you. We'll do it again. Obviously, we have our turkey, which we don't really need to tell you how to roast a turkey. You guys can figure that out on your
roast,
own.
fry, brine. I mean, there's so many ways.
So many ways to do it. So whatever floats your boat.
Whatever floats your boat. We love it.
Yeah, but tonight we're actually going to show you a traditional recipe, which is kind of funny because we don't always eat this in our family. Jen, I don't think you necessarily do, but it's a green bean casserole. It is a traditional Thanksgiving recipe, and the traditional one has gluten every which way. So we're going to show you tonight how to make it without gluten.
And our beautiful rolls, too, that we can't forget, that we've shown you before,
Yeah,
too.
that we love. Cheese Roll Bake Shop. We love them.
We love you. But this is what we're going to show you tonight. But enjoy the spread.
Yeah.
We will be a little bit later on as well.
Right.
And the macaroni and cheese, I was happy to make 1, 2, I think 3 times after I posted that on our website. So
yeah, it's great.
It's awesome.
It's delicious. And one other thing too, we're also going to make a traditional stuffing and a traditional gravy for you. All of course gluten free. Those will be separate videos. Really
quick
good
hits.
ones.
Yeah.
Quick hits.
Quick
Yeah.
hits, and that's all on her.
Yeah.
I've got family coming
Come back
down.
and see us again. Thanks.
Cheers.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Let's get to it. As we said, we're going to show you how to make the traditional bean green casserole, which a lot of people have on the table at Thanksgiving and does usually contain glutens.
Yeah, it's a traditional recipe, so we're going to show you start to finish how to make this a gluten-free recipe. Starting with the onions, the crispy onions that go on top. If you buy those straight from the box, they're going to be made with some sort of wheat flour. So this is really quick and simple, easy to show you how to make. You're going to start with some sliced onions. I'm using a mandolin, but if you don't have one, just use a regular knife and slice them as thin as you possibly can.
A mandolin, that sounds like a musical instrument.
I know. Whoops.
So thin slices.
Thin slices, and they end up looking just like this. Like I said, use a knife if you don't have one. And then we're going to actually put them in a gluten-free, all-purpose flour mix. This is your friend for Thanksgiving when you're making traditional recipes.
This is your friend for a lot of things, fried chicken, whatever. Yeah, the all-purpose baking flour, and we've talked about it before. Bob's Red Mill.
Yeah.
It's so easy to use.
Yeah,
it's
we're big fans.
fantastic.
Yep.
So we do about 1/3 of a cup.
About 1/3 of a cup, and then we're going to mix in a little bit of kosher salt with that.
Perfect.
All right, and that just kind of gets tossed together with all of these guys. And you're really just going to get them in here and toss them until they're
Not the hands again.
nice and coated. Yes, use your hands. Use your hands.
I let her do the dirty work sometimes. The meat grinding and all that stuff.
All the good stuff. But that's it. This is so easy. From here, you're just going to put it onto a baking dish with a little bit of oil, and you're going to crisp them up in the oven. That's it. So just a little bit of olive oil on the sheet, and I'm just going to use a paper towel to kind of get it all over there, because you just really want a light bit of oil. You're not really coating.
You don't want to waste it.
You don't want to waste it. You're not coating these in oil, so that's it. And then from there, these just go on in a single layer. You just want to try not to bunch them up too much and shake off that excess flour. And that's it. They're going to go into the oven. You want to toss them a couple of times and really keep an eye on them because they will burn very quickly.
So how long in the oven do you think?
Probably, it took the last batch like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Some other people say a little longer, but you really have to keep an eye on them.
All right, and for this, you just cut the beans like you normally do in bite-sized pieces. Very easy. Fresh beans. These are really good. Did you get them on sale?
Nice and fresh, yeah. Yep, got them on sale, and you can also find a ton of those at the farmer's market now, so pick up some local ones.
We love the farmer's market.
I know, so good.
You know what I love to do? I love to eat them raw, actually. When I was a kid, we had a garden, and we would go out there and pick them off the vine and eat them right off,
Right.
No washing when I was a kid.
I mean, who needs it, really?
Dirt is good.
I'm going to get the sauce started for the green bean casserole.
Perfect. So we are here, and we're going to make the roux. And you know what's funny? It's like people go, roux, what is roux? Oh my God, I can't do it!
Yeah, people get so nervous about it.
But it's so easy.
It's just a thickener, that's all it is. And it starts with butter and with flour. And like we said earlier, this gluten-free all-purpose flour is your new best friend. So I've got in here 2 tablespoons of butter melting. And we'll just grab a spoon, work that along. And then we're going to go in. Will you get me 2 tablespoons of the flour?
2 tablespoons of flour. Now you always like to sing, so how was that?
Now you're picking up on it. So all we're doing really is we're going to add the flour to the butter, and we're just going to stir to help cook out some of that flour taste, which is, I think, really important when you're working with gluten-free flours.
These are really nice, by the way.
Hey, thanks. I'm doing what I can.
I like that.
So, while this is melting out and the flour is cooking out, you just kind of want to get it going, and then we're going to start to add in the spices. All right, so just adding a little nutmeg and black pepper, and then the star of the show is garlic powder. This is what really makes that traditional delicious green bean casserole. So we'll go in with that. Now that we've got a really good paste going. The roux. What comes next is the sour cream, and we've got a 1/3 cup of sour cream going into this, right in. And then the next addition to this that really helps give a lot of flavor to a traditional green bean casserole is a cream of mushroom soup. So I know you guys have had this experience before with cream of mushroom soup. You can't buy it really, just a regular one, because it has wheat flour in it. So what I did last night was I actually made my own cream of mushroom soup, which is surprisingly easy.
It's not hard to do at all.
Not at all,
yeah.
And it starts with a roux. So we'll post the recipe to do this. If you don't want to make your own cream of mushroom soup, Progresso does make one, and we'll actually try and find a few others and link those for you too. But this is going to go right in.
Now, one thing I will say why I'm so perplexed about this whole thing is because my husband and I, we always do fresh grilled vegetables for Thanksgiving. I've actually never in my life made a green bean casserole.
You haven't?
Never.
Yeah.
Never. But, part of our goal is to find recipes for, traditionally gluten kind of,
Gluten heavy, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why we're doing this. But, man, this looks good. I might actually want some of this.
Yeah, it does. It looks good. And basically, you're going to keep it over a low to medium heat, and you're just going to let it cook for about 5 minutes. It's really, really going to start to thicken up. And from there, we're going to add a few of those onion crispies that we showed you earlier. We're going to add the parboiled.
Take a look at this.
Oh, yeah, it looks so good. We're also going to add the parboiled green beans, coat those, and bake it in the oven, and we'll be done. So we've got our parboiled green beans. They're going to go into the mixture and get combined, along with about half of the onions that you just got out of the oven. That's it. Transfer it into your baking dish, and you're going to bake it for about 10 minutes. Then you're going to add the rest of the onions around the rim, bake for another 5, and you're done.
I can't wait to eat.
Creamy and delicious.
Creamy and delicious and
gluten-free!
What are we going to try first?
I want mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
All right.
Gluten-free, everybody. And so easy, too.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We cheer.
Really good. It's delicious. Good job. Good. All right. Well, we're so glad you guys could join us. We just want to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
You know what I was thinking? We should have a cooking segment or something.
Wouldn't that be great? We hope you guys will come back and check out the gravy and the stuffing, and then after that we'll move on to Christmas.
Christmas. All the baked goods and everything else.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving, and thank you so much, and cheers until next time.
Cheers.
Thanks again for joining us for our cooking segment, GF Squared, Gluten-Free Girlfriends, part of glutenfreerichmond.com. Make sure to visit our site and join us on Facebook. If you have a recipe or idea to share or want to become a sponsor, all of our contact information is online at glutenfreerichmond.com. Ashley and I will be back soon with fabulous recipe ideas, wine pairings, and tons of fun. 2 girlfriends cooking gluten-free. Awesome.
Nice.